hard-earned coin that your father's not just going to let them come into town. This is our fight anyway, Balthar. We will fix this in due time. We have undergone many a threat, and we've bounced back many times before, but this is really, really stressful. I'm sure you can understand.
I can. I understand the burden that you hold. I understand that every day that another person goes missing, it hampers your reputation as well as the reputation of every other guard that walks the streets.
Well,
I can't say though that we will do everything that we can in our power to do good, the good that Cauldron needs, and we will restore the name, or at least I can help restore the name of what the Flurry was supposed to be, or was in some way. So I do believe in transparency and at least working with them to that regard. But I would also need the same from you. Should anything come up that you feel that we would need to know about, or even an inkling of information that you think that we could use that might seem out of the ordinary.
Very well, just report it to myself or to Kiana. For now, I am going to burn the case files for any of those found recently deceased. Maybe you can do some extra digging. Find out why the people of Locas are dying. Many of them are committing suicides, but we're seeing too many attempts to hide information. I wish I could give you more details, but unfortunately, there are people that are looming over the top of me, controlling some events from behind the veil. For now, I just try to lower the riots. I try to disarm the common man. That's all I can ask for at this point. If you can't, then I understand. But please, please watch over my brother and the rest of those idiots.
I can do that.
He nods, and he tilts back into his chair, rolling up another ball.
Before he starts going back, before he crumples the paper, I'll put my hand out. Do those case files mention anything about the kind of wounds inflicted upon the victims?
Some of them do. Why?
Anything with 2 puncture marks to the neck or any other part of the body, you might want to keep those open.
Well, the bodies have been burned, so unfortunately there isn't much that we can do about that at this point. But we've had some recent bodies turn up, and they've been taken to our coroner. If you wanted to see more about that, unfortunately they're closed at this moment, because he's off grave digging. But you can reach them sometime in the early morning.
Where's the coroner's office at?
It's down Middle Sword Street. Kiana, give him a map. She nods, and then she will provide to you a scriven map of the town, which you guys can all actually see. There is Middle Sword Street to the left, there. You guys should all be pulled to it.
Yes.
You said Middle what street?
Middle Sword Street.
Okay.
I'll give a nod. Thank you. Captain Kiana, am I correct?
Second in command, not quite captain yet. Captain Tercian is... I hope his days don't come to an end. He's one of the few, albeit dimmed, but guiding lights in this town.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you anyway, Kiana. Captain Tercian, before I kind of getting ready to exit, you should catch up on some rest. Darker days are ahead of us.
You're not the first to say that to me, but there is no rest for the wicked, my friend.
True
As
enough.
he tosses another bout of papers into the fire, there is a crack of timber. Cherry flies across the room, hits his desk, and he seems to brush it all away.
I'll take my leave.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Making my way out. Still, I guess since she might be a little more comfortable with me now, I'll walking next to Kiana. I'll look over to her. Kiana, by chance, do you happen to have messenger eagles or any flying courier with you?
What exactly did you have in mind? We do have a new service that's come in. It's from a local monks academy. I don't understand, but the only thing they've told us is that they're quite fast.
Sending a letter to the wardens, my father in particular, letting him know that I'm actually alive. Being captured, I've been gone for, I believe, a couple of days, a week or so. I'm not sure, but informing him of my survival would probably be precedent in that regard.
Very well. I'll put the information out.
Thank you.
I know that we should have some kind of courier that knows their way to the wardens.
Thank you. I'll continue to give you any information that you would request. Is there anything that you have that you could use to signal me that I would know? That we need to talk?
You can find me.
Very well. And I will make my way back out, and then I'll make my way outside. Start heading out of this, out of the city.
Okay. That being said, I know that you have a desire to go out and hunt so you can make new armor and things of that nature. But you have been imparted with a task, and you have no idea how long you're going to be. Are you sure you wanted to leave town? You know, he kind of threw around some big words like murder, homicide, suicide, lower caste rioting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, given that, I would, yeah, I guess I'll just put that on hold. I'll make my way back to the tavern. Staying in, no, I wouldn't want to stay in well-lit areas because even that doesn't feel safe. Hell, I'll stick to rooftops and alleyways. I want to stay hidden, given that I kind of I got a better scope of the kind of trouble that's going on. I'll try to remain hidden from sight on my way back.
Sure. Okay. Sounds good. If you decide that you wish to start going full Batman and scaling buildings, you will likely be reported to the law because, you know, bugbear climbing on top of the commoner's home.
No. So, if that's the case, I'll take back alleys and at least sticking to the shadows, things like that.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Well, I mean, he could just roll another stealth roll.
Yeah. I also forgot to realize that Urban was also like my secondary, and I've actually been forgetting to add a +2 to my rolls.
That's pretty huge. That's pretty huge.
Yeah.
So, we'll say that you have taken point in the town. You will have rested in a place that seems to be like a nook of sorts, where multiple buildings come to meet in the center, and they just kind of dip low so you can get an easy rest. And then the morning will come. It will be present, and everybody will have an opportunity to get to finally talk. If you so desire to meet up with them, Balthar, they did tell you that they're going to a local tavern by the name of the Tip Tankard. It's a pretty prominent place. You should be able to be pointed in that direction.
Well, I came from there previously. I was on the outside of the Tip Tankard.
Yeah, he did follow us to the Tip Tankard.
Oh,
he just
okay.
Inside
so I know, that's all I was saying. I know how to make my way back over there.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Then we continue. Morning rolls around. Sakata, you will burst through the door in the late AM. You probably didn't really take notice to some of the things that have been poured across your shoulder or have been stuck to your face. Any of the anointed salves, solvents, and disparities. But you are more worried about the fact that
Um,
you feel open.
and I don't They ripped away my clothes, and the only thing I made sure to really have was my belt. So am I basically walking around with the world champ as a fig leaf?
Yeah, basically, you've gone like full buff Bagwell, Big Papa Pump, and you are jacked. You're ready to go, but you also look like a local circus has moved through town, as you have candle wax melted over your shoulders, claw marks down your back. Your ass is bruised. Across each cheek, you seem to have been repetitiously paddled with something that has open pegs, because now there are circular kiss marks that seem to be bruised around your ass. So you swing the door open proudly. And your allies sit at a table. It's 3 of them, Klaus, Jerrod, and Horam. They seem to be having a breakfast. And you'll note that the only glare and gaze you will catch is the tavern owner and his sons.
I'm going to stretch. I'm gonna walk on over to the table with my friends. Still just in the buff with just the belt.
Sure. As you step up to the table, you are earnestly met by the tavern owner. Does everybody remember the tavern owner's name?
No.
Go on. Somebody call it out now.
Bob.
You're fuckers, the whole lot of you.
Griffin.
There we go. Thank you.
Griff.
Remember, it's an opportunity to kind of introduce the viewers into this same kind of relationship here. Griffin moves over with a tattered cloak, throwing it over the top of you. Mr. Sakata, sir, Jimothy, run water now. You need a mirror first, and so you need a bath, and...
Is there something wrong? Thank you for the clothing. That is definitely well needed. But is
Why are you stark naked, sir?
well,
Do tell.
business opportunities.
Business opportunity. What? To which place did you go?
Have you ever been to the Shining Tome?
The tome? No, I've not gone at this point.
I would recommend going over there.
Jimothy steps up and he's like, I've not been to the tome, but I know a bit about it and the people that go to the tome.
Then you know what happens in the tome stays in the tome, right?
Oh no, it doesn't stay in the tome, clearly, because you walked out of something honestly awful.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
enter
he
the
didn't
bathroom
seem to
real
mind it too
quick.
much last night.
I'm gonna turn to Jerrod and say it wasn't that awful.
I'm
Pretty good.
I'm gonna
What
go to
did
the
you
bathroom
do?
real quick. Well,
A lot
you,
of things, actually.
No.
I don't want to hear it. I'm going to the
Klaus,
bathroom. You
Klaus,
go to the
the
story,
question is
Sakata.
more
I'm
what
just gonna head out for a second. I don't want to hear this.
It's probably good. What I did probably isn't good for whole years. It's
Mrs. Sakata, should I be calling you the legendary spotted ass?
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna do the whole dog chasing his own tail,
When-
look
when
around.
you
It's like,
begin
what
to
do I have
turn-
some? Do I
When you
do I
begin
have
to turn,
something?
trying to peer, you see that Griffin's like, no, Jimothy, stop, Mr. Scott, you shouldn't be doing that. There are people here, and they will see. Please, gather yourself. Jimothy, run the water, make it hot, and just come to the back, please.
I'll putting the cloak around guys, I'll be back. Try not to do too much without me, I guess, or you do. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll wait on pins and needles.
As I get back, I'm gonna say. So was it just me, or did you all notice that he was leaking from behind?
I heard a whistling. I didn't want to say anything.
When
but,
Jimothy turns, he's like, oh, Elliot, I have to run some water for Mr. Sakata. You should see this. And some of the others kind of turn, and you see them shake their head. There's one particular woman to the backside that kind of turns her head and tilts it to one finger on her upper jawline. And she smiles. It's Leslie. Leslie is popular in the town because she runs an interesting circuit. Now, So,
She has quite a few friends.
she does. She has friends in high places, in low places, in all of the places.
Mostly in the nether places.
Every orifice.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, she is kind of the head of the whorehouse division.
Well,
Yeah.
that's just rude.
She's the whore of the head house.
They're a bunch of really nice women. You just have to pay for their company.
They're charming individuals.
Escorts.
There you go.
They tend to be of the persuasion to be called a performer.
There you go.
So, you are in fact watched by Leslie, some of your allies, before you're eventually carted to the back. There is hot drawn water where Griffin nearly shoves you in himself. This isn't just like, ooh, that's lukewarm, but like, oh, this is scalding hot. He will bring you a horse brush, and as he's stepping out, you note that he's kind of let down. He's kinda
Oh,
let
by
down.
the way, may I take this opportunity to go ahead and just like jack slap Klaus across the back of the head?
I mean, I can't stop you.
You can try.
Yeah, like you could stop me either.
You may miss. You never know. You were out for a while.
Go for it. Make your attack. It's not lethal, so pull your punch. It's at a -4.
All right, -4. Okay.
-4 and unarmed. Let me remind you. Unless you're planning to slap me with your sword. In which case we're going to have a much bigger problem.
Yeah, that's just his thing. It's because he's trying to pull his punch. It's already a -4 to that. So this is just like an unarmed slap. He's not trying to do lethal damage to you, but he's trying to really kind of let you know, like, hey, I'm here, fucker. I think 24 is gonna do it.
That'll do it, yeah. That's a little higher than my AC. Just a little bit.
Yeah, please tell me I don't have to roll damage on this.
It's just a D3.
Well, then I got to add my strength modifier and everything. Yeah,
if you're
so
already
we're just-
if you're already pulling your punch, it's just a D3 at this point,
yeah,
and it's
we're
subdual.
just going with a really firm slap. And yeah, by the way, you know, you could have warned me about what the fuck I was going to walk into.
You're
And
the one that...
by the way, Mistress Sarah is not pleased.
Sarah? You mean
Sarah?
Sasha?
I never met
Sasha,
Mistress
Sarah, whatever. I was trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. I tried to drag that jackass out
Wait, hold
too.
up.
Do you know what I saw when I was on my way out?
I can only imagine.
Frankly, I
Bigger
don't
than
want to
my
know.
arm.
I
Looked like he was about to go ahead and get hit with a bedpost.
I'm gonna go back to the bathroom again. I'll be back in a bit.
What Sakata chooses to do and not do, or put inside of his body, or take out of his body, or do that repeatedly,
I'm
It's
gonna
not a
break into a
business.
sprint.
God, but,
A sprint to the bathroom.
but Klaus, it draws back on us.
it draws back on
Remi-
us to have powerful friends in the city.
I like my sex.
No, these kind of proclivities. Not that I'm one to talk necessarily, but at least I do my thing behind closed doors.
You do your thing in front of open doors. I have seen it.
That was one time. One time.
And
Griffin-
Griffin will never forget that.
Griffin brings himself to the front of the room, and he says, "What did you do?"
What did I do?
Mr. Sakata, he's never been this way. What? Did you take him somewhere? Did you drug him? You put him under something?
I don't know what was going on at that place.
Listen, you. Mr. Sakata is an upstanding juniper of the law. He's done right by me. He's done right by my family. Don't do this, or our services to you and whomever you declare as your family will be nullified. None more.
Hey. In my own defense, I did try to go ahead and pull him away. He prevented me. If you want to go ahead and have this grief, take it to Sasha and whoever that gentleman was. I tried to pull him away. He chose not to. I'm sure you've noticed. Mr. Sakata is not one of those ones that you can force to do anything.
Well,
That's
you're right, but you
He's
can
my friend too.
at least look over him. Make sure he's not walking the streets naked like this. It's something that he would do for you. He would not leave you out that way. I know, because he wouldn't leave me out that way.
Regardless, I did my best. Moving on, though. Good eggs, by the way.
Thank you.
Do at least let Mr. Sakata know that we'll be waiting for him here. And another pint, please.
Dutifully. Fine. Anything else? Anything you need? Still, like, frustrated. He's eager to get you guys your stuff so he can walk away and vent his frustrations.
I'm fine.
You can tell very much so that while he's honest with you guys, he vents his anger to his sons. He's not the kind of guy to, like, really step up and be like, hey, you want to do something about it? It's like, you know what? You're an asshole, and that's fine. I'm going to go yell at my boys. And, like, walk off. That's just the kind of person that he is.
So like a proper Irish family.
Well, I mean, I don't declare that I know one way or another.
I'm gonna catch up to him as he's leaving the table, and I'm gonna have a chat with him.
Okay. When you move up to him, you see that he's basically broke away from the table and he's up near the bar. He seems to be kind of sweeping some egg breadcrumb off to the floor, bringing some glasses down. But he sees you approaching, and you can tell that he's a little red in the face. There is some anger that is tucked behind this rather ordinary visage of a normal man. At least as normal as he can be.
Griffin, a lot of events have gone down recently. I know some of them worse than others, but I just want to apologize on the behalf of the Flurry. This is not like us to split and do our own things, and what's been going on, I'm not going to say it's acceptable, but it's...
Well, no, it's not acceptable. And I understand that things are happening in this town. I can see it. I'm not a man of power like you, Horam, and I'm not as strong as Sakata, and I'm not as smart as Klaus and my boys, but I know that something strange is going on in my town, but the only thing that I can provide is a clean bed, some hot food, and some fresh ale. And that's what I chose to continue to provide. And I can only hope that Sakata and you and the others, they provide as much as I do, and we're not giving up. Because, well, this town is all I've got. And, well, I don't know how else I can help. And I feel... he starts getting frustrated. You see him, like, bring his hand down on the bar,
Griffin,
like, startling some of the regular patrons. I just feel like there's nothing I can do.
That there shouldn't have to be. You're a man, you're a businessman. You should be here, provide us with any information we could use. Anything startling you, we should be able to help you. You shouldn't be trying to fight battles for the town. You should just be trying to make it here, as hard as that is in this town. It's harder to do your job than it is to do ours. We're just swords at the hand of the town. You have to deal with everything. And you know you can't. You can't step out and start criticizing patrons because they're being too loud, because that's going to bring bad rep to you. But we can, and we want to. We want to be the ones to help you out through this. And be the guiding light, so to speak. And I just wanted to apologize on our behalf, because we're not the same as when we began, and I know we will never be the same as when we were weeks ago, but we're not going to stop trying. And I just want you to know that.
Thank you, Mr. Horam.
And
I understand. I play a bit of a smaller part, and my boys, Elliot and Jimothy, they tell me that there's only so much I can do, and there's nothing to be mad at, because it's outside of my power and my control. And that's something I have to swallow on my own terms. But that doesn't make it any easier. Just stay strong and protect each other, because it's clear that you ain't got no one else. Why else are you spending so much time hanging out in a bar? If you had a family to go back to, you would be going to that, would you not?
If I had one, I would be going back, but alas, I don't.
That reminds me, so you have, again, some earnest admirers, Master Horam. Someone has dropped off yet another package. This time it seems to be of size. I couldn't quite read who it was from again. He did not introduce himself, but there was a letter attached to the top as a whole, and it said to... my boys had told me, Jimothy, he'd read it, and he said to take this quietly and from a public place. So, in an effort to maintain the request of your admirer, please take this to your room. And he'll swing open a door, and you'll actually see that there's something that's roughly the size of a pallet. It's about the size of a pallet. It's about probably 3 feet high, and there are various things that are boarded, like they're roped down to this wooden pallet.
Okay. It's not going to be simple to move it quietly, being the size that it is, but I'll keep it out of the public's eye for as long as I can.
Well, it's heavy as a 9 ounce. You're going to have someone to hopefully help you, because I can't lift it on my own. And to be frank, I don't know how he carried it himself.
Did you happen to catch what he looked like? Perhaps I knew him?
No, I didn't see anything that would be memorable. No, he wore a robe. He had some strange mark across the right arm. It was some kind of... It was a letter. I can't remember. I'll ask my boys later, and I'll get it to you then. But gather someone and have them take this upstairs to one of your rooms.
Yeah, I shall. Once again, I apologize for the whole Sakata deal, but I'll try to make sure that he doesn't get into too much trouble.
Klaus, is it just me, or is the brick taking a long time taking a piss?
It's gold.
I don't question his methods.
Well, it's here, and whenever you need it, you just come back for it. And Jimothy and Elliot know that you're already here to find it. I would tell Master Sakata, but to be honest, I'm quite let down with him.
That's understandable. Not mad, just disappointed, right? I got that when I was a kid.
Yes. Well,
I'm gonna go.
Sorry, I have things to tend to. Just come back whenever you need it. I have more people to tend to. And he continues behind the bar, where he'll gather his things, pouring a few ales, sending them out to his sons. He goes back to hacking into more meat, and then he sends it out.
I'm gonna go back to the table with Jerrod. I'm gonna say, you guys are a bunch of imbeciles. I don't know what you're trying to do, ruin the relationship between us, but our crew, why? You guys just try so hard to do nothing in this town.
Did you forget to wipe or something?
What? I didn't...
You walked away in a decent enough mood. I mean, the breakfast was good. You even went ahead and threw back a couple pints.
Yeah, but it wasn't the breakfast that pisses me off. The breakfast was good.
Okay, so why are you yelling at me?
It's not just you. You're not the only one trying to throw us under the bus.
Klaus hasn't done anything either.
That's what you think.
What do you mean that's what he thinks?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Ice giant, assassin, hobos, clowns.
Look, that was before I knew you guys.
Yeah, but now
I'm
we know
a different person now, both literally and figuratively.
I know. For now, Jerrod, I need a hand with something. I know I just reamed you out for being such a dumbass, but I need your help for a second.
Yeah, you did.
I guess I'll sit here and eat my eggs alone then.
If you want, you can come help too. I just need help carrying something.
Oh,
Yes,
fuck
yes.
that then.
Let's go ahead and watch you carry something, Klaus.
I've got to get stronger somehow, right?
Right. You got to go ahead and feed the fat ass you're riding inside of.
Oh, I'll just carry the burden of Cauldron on my back like I always do.
Good lord. Okay, so
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and help him pick up a box. You sit here and think about something that we can do to help Cauldron and take some of that weight off your shoulders. All right, fat ass?
Why you gotta be so critical, Jerrod? You're such an ass sometimes. Klaus, put your arms down. You seem like you don't know what's going on. Jerrod's always been an ass.
The man's
Hey,
got a
Bub,
point.
I've got a question about how pants are fashioned.
Okay.
In this time frame.
all right.
Are they like typically tied with a drawstring, or is it like more along the lines of a
Drawstring, belt, suspenders.
It's a lot more common than what you would think to see things like today, where it's fastened via button. You'll find, I mean, back then, like, they didn't exactly
Okay.
have zippers.
follow-up question? Does open close work on buttons?
You know what? That's a good question. Let's PFSRD this shit.
All right.
I'm gonna Google it.
I'm looking in the.
I mean,
I feel like
couldn't
feel
he
like
use
this is something that you
prestidigitation?
were only
It's like
going
a
to find
minor-
on an erotic
It's a
board.
minor trick that he's doing, right?
You can open or
prestidigitation.
close your choice of a door, chest, box, window, bag, pouch, bottle, or barrel.
Yeah.
you
or
can-
other container.
Or other container, right. So, I mean, I guess pants are like a container.
It contains his legs.
Well, they do contain nuts.
They contain your legs and your genitals, typically.
You know what? I'll say that the opportunity exists, yeah. Yes,
All right,
that's-
then I'm casting open close on Jerrod's pants.
Sure. On Jerrod's pants?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Perfect. I thought you were going to do it to Horam. That's even better.
No. Horam's fine.
You're
Jerrod's
gonna
the one
pull
who's
down
gonna be
my
like, fucking
plate
douchebag.
legs.
Yeah.
Sure. Jerrod, when you stand after these comments, you see the moment that you stand, he takes a sip of his light ale, and then he snaps. And then moments following, your pants will fall. The button will immediately kind of like pop off to the table, and your pants will free fly open and then drop.
Quickly followed by a son of a bitch. Start tucking it back down one pant leg, kind of knot it down. That was a shit move.
For Christ's
That
sake,
was a
man,
shit move,
Why
and
do you
you should-
keep all your groceries in your pants? A slab of meat, really? Klaus, not funny. You're gonna get his slab of some kind of pork dirty.
I'm just gonna sit by and count the number of
Hey, adventuring is a
doorknobs
tough job,
that are
and
just
every
kind of
so
on the
often
ground now.
you need a little salami to go with your hardtack and whatnot. Don't you
Let's
judge
see,
where I
that's,
keep it.
That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Is that? That's like a half. I don't know if that counts.
Is that one brown?
God.
Plus, Horam, we've also known that Jerrod isn't exactly wise, intelligent, or charismatic. So, who's to say that he doesn't store his sausage next to his genitals?
That wouldn't surprise. Would not surprise me.
You know, Skellerings are weird, and he did live with frogs for 10 years.
Can we just like move right along?
Great.
You would
Because-
like that,
Go
wouldn't
there.
you?
Because like we've said before, well, we've already had various other issues going on, and you know, quite frankly, I don't need all your shit. I don't need you. I don't need you. All I need is Sheila. All right.
Okay.
She doesn't judge me for this.
Balthar,
Yes.
I need to know when you intend on meeting up with your allies.
I was making my way there already
Okay.
since the morning.
Yes. Please tell me that you do. You know, walk in after the cock slap on the table.
Actually, I was going to say, Balthar, that you walk in about the time that Horam and Jerrod are carrying a pallet of of wrapped gear. About this time, you'll see Sakata is exiting some kind of bathing area. He looks to be a bit more fresh than he had previously. You will still note that there is some kind of faint trace of the equivalent of makeup or oils left on his face, though he seems to be mostly fine. You do note that when he walks, there is some, like, earnest, wet, rubbery sound that's moving each time he takes a step.
Sakata, hey.
Wait,
good
am
morning.
I even clothed? Or did I assume they clothed me before I walked out, right?
You'll have your robe. It's going to be like the equivalent of, well, it's a cloak.
Oh, okay. Well, while holding up, I'm just gonna wave and go, "Hey, how are you doing? Did you stay? Did you sleep?"
No, I had some work to take care of in the last night. Sorry, and I found a couple of bushes and stuff to kind of hide in for the night.
Well, you still have a room here, if you want it.
Yeah, that'll actually be rather good. Have some stuff to discuss when kind of get the group back together.
Sakata Balthar, you'll see that Horam and Jerrod are moving this pallet-sized object up the stairs very slowly. It's taking much duress upon their figures. It seems to be quite heavy, very awkward, and shifting poorly with their strengths.
I'm gonna walk over and try to assist them with it.
Sure. As you throw your arm up underneath it, you can tell that it is quite weighty. Something has been fastened down, but you seem to make light work of this where Horam stands. Horam is still kind of struggling with it, but you kind of festoon this up on your shoulder, and you just walk up the steps like it's not really a problem. Jerrod seems to be quite deft as well in carrying this. It's not really a problem for him either.
I'm gonna go check in with Klaus.
Yeah, because we're protein bros.
Yeah. Seeing them like carry that up, I'll just like yell that out and kind of take a deep breath and kind of hopefully no one screams when I walk into the tavern.
Actually, when you walk in, you are met with strange stares from all across the tavern. Various individuals will see that a goblin has stepped into their tavern, a monster, as they'll see it. And you'll be met by the youngest of the brothers, Elliot. After conversing with the father and his older brother, Elliot, who is the most interested in outer races, steps up to you, and he seems to be not necessarily timid per se, but there is some kind of earnest interest behind his stares, and he steps up to you, still holding a cloth in hand, tossing it to his side. Welcome to the Tip Tankard. I'm Elliot. I work here. I'm Elliot. What's your name?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Elliot. My name is Balthar. I'm looking for some friends. Do you think you can help me?
I can. Are you sure you're not in the wrong place?
This is the Tip Tankard, correct?
The only one in all of Cauldron.
Then I found the right place. I'm looking for a group known as the Flurry.
Oh, the Flurry. That's them there. You can't. Well, you can't really miss them. Hey, did you know that you're a bugbear?
Yes, I caught wind of that.
Oh.
Did you have a question about it?
Yeah. What? Well. Why are... I don't... Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to tell you not to cause any trouble. And...
Duly noted.
And that service will be provided to you as long as you don't cause any trouble.
Very well. If that's the case, since it's still rather early, do you think you could bring me some breakfast? Some eggs and spinach would be good. And
spinach.
Yes.
Bugbears eat spinach.
I do. I don't know about the rest of the.
Oh.
Yeah. But eggs and spinach if possible, and milk or coffee or both, so that way I can.
You drink coffee?
Yeah. Yes.
Spinach and coffee. Oh.
Yes.
And some fresh avocado.
Yeah. Do you have coin?
Yes. Oh, wait. Hold on. Start patting myself. Ooh. One moment, friend.
Do you know that there's an owl on your shoulder?
Yes, this is Yulgar. Yulgar the Night Stalker. Yulgar, say hello. And Yulgar will like lift up his wings and kind of like softly flap at him, and they go.
Wow. That's. Wait, you said you were friends with the Flurry.
Correct.
Are you going to help them fight the giants, then?
I'm here to help them fight whatever evils threaten Cauldron.
Oh. Well, it's interesting. Then... Oh, sorry, forgive me, I'm a little... My father calls me daft. I learned how to read before my brother, and my father calls me the brainchild, and he tells me that I'm a thinker, not a doer, and I just like to learn, and I've never met a bugbear before.
It's quite all right. This is actually the first time I've gotten such a lighthearted reaction.
Well,
so
you didn't come
thank
in
you.
screaming and killing people, so I know that you're not all too bad, and you're not here to hurt me or my family, or you would have already. So, let me get your coffee and spinach and eggs.
Thank you.
And what you say? What did you say your name was? Is it like Krisk Barb, or is it something more guttural?
Balthar is my name.
Balthar. That's
Yes, Balthar.
strangely human. I'm sorry. A little embarrassed, he kind of like smiles and nods, and he walks away. And he tells his dad what you seem to have ordered, and then you see like a bit more of a solemn nod, like furrow tight brow, dip over to you from Griffin, and they'll begin making something at least to suit your palate, something for your taste. It's not often that they get someone that is a bugbear, one of the outsider races, or at least one of the races that have recently been raiding town, attempting to ransack, take belongings, bring down buildings, that kind of thing. Elliot will probably kind of drop that information to you when he brings the food back, but you'll see that the guys are going upstairs. The Flurry is all taking some kind of product upstairs, something. You're not entirely sure what it is. It's pretty adequately wrapped, very tight. Yeah, this is a good chance for you to kind of file in with the rest of them.
Yeah. Was Klaus still eating breakfast?
Yeah, I'd probably still be finishing up my eggs.
Yeah, sure as hell ain't helping with this pallet, little faggot.
As he's struggling to carry it upstairs, there is certainly some kind of discontempt. It's almost like in an anime when you see like the lightning that's like between the two, like bzz, 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 like they're at each other's throats, at least to some degree.
Hey, we don't want people judging us for our own romance, okay?
When you sit down at the table, you'll see that there is a button that has been finally removed from a fresh pair of trousers that is set definitely before you. Klaus continues eating his eggs.
Damn near lost my doorknob.
Good morning, Klaus. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good after a slight display of entertainment by our good friend Jerrod. How are you?
Doing well. A lot of information that I've learned, both about the inside and outside of Cauldron. Not a surprise that you know about most of the murders that are going on. But I do have a lead that we might be able to start off with. But I think it's best if we discuss that later on in detail with the rest of the group being here.
Absolutely.
On top of that, would you by chance happen to know anyone who works in exotic leathers? Given the situation, that I don't want to have to leave the city, but at the same time, it's goes against my nature to not make my own, protection. And I'll kind of like point to like the shredded leather armor and shit. Oh, not shredded. It's disintegrated more or less, kind of melted, or just looks like it's been like eaten through, kind of thing. The leather. I need to make my own equipment. Do you happen to know anyone like that?
I know of a few leatherworkers around town. I don't know that any of them have any experience necessarily with any exotic creatures. They're mostly limited to things that live just outside of Cauldron or inside the city walls even.
Understood. Well, let's have our breakfast and then we can go up and meet the others.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so I'll start chowing down on my eggs and spinach and drink my cup of coffee, and I'll wait for Klaus to finish before I head up.
Okay. To the top side, Horam, Jerrod, and Sakata. When you guys make it to a room, whose room? I'm curious.
I would bring it into my own room.
Okay. Each of these have some kind of letter attached to each of them, wax sealed, with a strange stylized T to each of them.
Dude.
Who do we know with a T in their name?
Tercion?
Not Tercion, I doubt, unless they're heads.
I mean, he likes giving a shit.
No. Our family crest is usually with an S. Skellerig, come on now.
Surprised you know your own family crest being known long enough.
Oh, you cocky fuck.
Boys. Come the hell down.
I can't think of any other T's that we know.
I'll give you a hint. If we actually read the letter, maybe we can understand who it's from. If there's anything else on this note. Or, I mean, you can play a guessing game like you guys have been trying to do.
Well,
Let's see.
did it come with a letter?
Let's pull up a list of everyone that's named it.
There seems to be four individual large, very oddly wrapped casings. It's very, very strange. But they're stationed in a way that each of these casings, they seem to grab onto the outer side of this like pallet, this rectangle of sorts. And in the center seems to be a much smaller case that is also tied down and wrapped in cloth.
So there's 4 boxes lined
And a small box.
taking up 4 sides of a small box, which is just like tucked in the middle.
Yes, that's accurate.
All right, so there's 5 boxes. All right, so smartass, was there a letter that came with this?
I'm going to look at it and I'm going to see if I can find a letter upon these letters.
Okay. Horam, what do you do?
I'm before opening up any of the cloth, I'm going to look over the package to see if there's any letters, any.
And while he's doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and start adjusting and fixing my pants. Kind of roll it over my belt.
Okay. All right.
Because little sorcerer had to be a cocky little shit. Swear to God, next time I fail a will save, he's the first one.
Yeah, but that's
Look,
the
man,
only time Will
You always blame me for these things, but you're the one that started it.
Horam,
I mean,
Hey! You're downstairs.
Horam, you don't
This
see
is
anything
out of character.
that would be remarkable in the way of names. There's nothing that seems to, at least according to your apparent vision, nothing that would remark as a name. It's just a emblazoned, stylized piece of wax with a T in the center, and that's about it.
So nothing in his apparent vision. How about his Akita vision?
I hate you.
Okay, I'm gonna take up the 4. Wait, how many T's were there on the stamps?
One for each product, one each for piece.
Okay, so
there is
total?
5 T's.
Yes.
So I'm gonna gather them all and I'm gonna say clearly this is from.
Oh, that guy!
Horam,
I know who that is.
when you go to gather the first piece, the moment that you reach down to gather the first letter, you'll see that the letter itself seems to like almost rattle and shunt away from you, hugging the object a bit more.
And we wonder why we call him Brick.
I'm gonna try and do the same with all the other ones to see if they have the same reaction, or
When you begin to move over each of them, you see that one by one, they continue to do this until you reach the last piece on the opposite side of the palette, and it seems to almost flutter up like wind is trying to catch this letter. And when you touch it, the moment that your fingers touch this letter, the emblazoned and stylized the letters of your last name appear burned into the top of this folded piece of parchment. It says Clefid.
well, clearly this one's for me.
Welp.
There's some kind of magic on these, and if you run your hands...
Ho. Okay. Again, just like when I got the ring, I'm going to request that you go ahead and, do the whole evil eye thing real quick.
As he says
While
that, I'm
you
going to
do
go putting my hands on it.
One
Okay.
of them will pull towards you more than the others. The
It's
others
true.
will kind of skid away.
Can we just hold off until I go ahead and get the kid?
As I'm putting my hands on it. So you have no issue touching things in dungeons, but when they're brought to you in a nice gift-wrapped fashion, that's when you're suspicious?
He says nice gift wrapped, mind you. The tallow covered box does not count.
Guys, it's because you give me so much shit that I'm being cautious now.
Okay, go get him. But it's like Christmas morning for me. I don't get gifts for that. I'm not going to wait for you.
I mean,
For
Yeah.
fuck's sake. Okay. Jared's going to go ahead and walk back to the door, just kind of yank it open. Klaus! We need you again!
we're going to try to find my box and see if I can get my hands on it.
Sure. Sakata, you will eventually find yours with the last name. I can't remember the last name of Sakata.
I have it on my...
It's
not my-
It's Rakata.
I remember Kimia because...
Kimi Tumiyaji.
Yeah, because it was... I don't even know why. I just remember Tumiyaji.
Because it was overly complicated.
Yes.
Because he's a weeaboo.
Well, I mean, it wasn't Japanese. It was like... Well, I think it was
I think it was
Zimbabwean?
Mandarin.
Yeah, it might have been Mandarin.
Something not here.
Uh,
Not American.
I actually don't...
It's fine.
Yeah.
Your last name will be on top of it. You'll see what it is for you.
Okay. I'll work on that. Thought I had one written down.
His first name is actually Master. His last name is Sakata.
God damn it.
Little did you know.
All right. 2 strikes. Third one is going to be a sass for this Horam character.
You probably deserve it.
So, Klaus, you have been called to the top. Balthar, did you want to venture with him?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Once I finished my meal, I was going to wait for Klaus and then head up with him.
Okay. Your meal will be delivered to you, but it seems that Jerrod is calling out of distress, or at least something as distress. It could be something as distressing as his freaking doorknobs getting crushed. You don't know, but he seems to be worried.
Yeah, I'll head up.
But yeah, while waiting on Klaus and them, I'm just going to plant my sword on the floorboards, lean up on it. I'm telling you guys, it's a bad idea. Just wait until Klaus gets up here.
If you think it's a bad idea, then it's a good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and keep digging in this box. I can dig in your box too if you want, but if I do, you don't get what's in there.
Oh, you're going to leave my box alone.
That's what I thought.
You step into the room at this point, Klaus and Balthar, and you hear Sakata saying, "Yeah, well, I'll dig in your box, but it's going to be mine, and you won't get to keep it, because it's going to be mine."
What's going on? What happened?
We got a bunch of boxes here. He doesn't want to touch them because he's a bit of a whiny little girl, but you know.
We have gotten packages for the second time from an unknown source. Now, you saw what happened the last time we got something like that.
See, but the question is, are these filled with human fat?
Nope.
Not so
I
far.
don't know. As is, mine was just a ring of sustenance. I don't know why it was wrapped up in human fat. I think it's a little creepy.
Maybe
And,
whoever sent it to you knows you like bacon.
made out of people?
I mean,
People
You
bacon,
don't?
best
is
bacon.
Bacon is for sycophants.
you spent how long eating
Princess.
frogs? I'm sure it has to taste the same.
Okay, back to the matter at hand, though. You saw what happened the last time. Sakata went ahead and got something random, slapped it around, become swole.
When it says that, just gonna. Give
I'm
a little...
figuring it's at least a wise idea for you and Horam to look at all the packages and make sure that nothing here is going to blow our dicks off.
Normally, you would never catch me dead saying this, but I actually agree with Jerrod. Do you know how many enemies we have in this town since you've left, Sakata?
Exactly.
People don't like us here anymore.
Well, you could start by looking at my thing. I'm going to pop open the top.
I will take a look at it with my magic eyes.
I don't know about you guys. I like my dick.
Sure, everything here
Unpopped.
is incredibly magical. There is latent magical aura that emanates from each of them, and some of them have very different flavors and colors. Magic seems to put off a different type of sense each time. Like it's got its own bitterness. It has a different sharp sound. It puts off its own significant type of color the more that it's influenced by a certain school of magic. And they're all their own flavors. So you're seeing multiple types of magic over these various bits of item.
See, even more reason we know it's not from Tercion. Mine would taste like disappointment.
I'm gonna throw on my detect evil too. Just be like, hey, it's probably not evil.
No, it's not. It's not evil, actually. Nothing here seems to be evil whatsoever.
So Jerrod, since I know you were super curious and scared, none of this is cursed by some kind of demon lord.
Balthar,
I wasn't scared.
you will even
Yes.
note that there is a loan package here that once they've all been collected by the traditional core group of the Flurry, that this one will kind of rip away from its sealant and kind of flutter over to you, almost carried as if it's on the wind, up to the top of your plate.
Oh, okay. I'll extend my hand out and reach for it.
Okay. When you click, or excuse me, when you grab this from the top of your plate, you'll see that Sarensen burns into the top of this in this very almost calligraphy style idealized piece of paper.
Sarensen.
That's my last name. My father named me after the Great Warden.
All right.
Who's the first to break the seal on their letter?
I'll open mine.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So, as you break your seal, letters begin to burn over the top of the paper. It seems to be envisioned particularly only for you. And as you begin to read over the top of this, it says, "You've helped me in my time of need, and because of that, I shall help you. Who I am matters not. All that matters is the debt is repaid."
Kind of mutter to myself, well, whoever you are, thank you for the message.
Do you go down and reach for the respective item that seems to be clothed?
Yes.
Sure. When you begin removing this kind of tarp over the top of it, this burlap, you'll see that you have revealed what looks to be some kind of studded leather armor. It seems to be very basic at first, in a way that it looks like it's just traditional studded leather armor, but the moment that you touch over the top of it, it seems to shift and change before your eyes. It looks like it immediately resizes to fit particularly your proper build, and it seems to size to fit, it seems to change to fit your terrain almost. It doesn't have any wild plumages that stick off of it. The studs themselves seem to be made of some kind of solid steel or an iron pelt to it. And it seems to be remarkable in the sense that there are weaves of brown and black through it, almost to kind of blend in to a natural urban environment.
Huh. Well, I look up to Klaus. I guess this takes care of my need to make my own armor, but well, It's a gift, so turning it away would be just as bad after helping that whoever sent me this gift. I'll take off the tatters of my old leather armor and I'll don this one.
Okay. Did you want to try to have anybody identify this before you put anything on? I mean, Horam turned on his detect evil, and while he couldn't detect evil, he never said anything about it.
I mean, I came in after they started mentioning anything about them having an ability to detect it, so I would just put it on.
Okay. All right. For the time being, this will effectively read as a +2 piece of studded leather armor. But you note that it has some kind of properties because it physically changed before your eyes.
Looking up to them, guys, the armor it changes form. Look, it was smaller at first, but now it fits me perfectly.
So
Kind
it's
of moving
been
around,
one-
getting it.
Who's next?
I'm not worried about your armor
Me,
right
me,
now.
me.
I have a word to speak with you later, Balthar.
Sakata.
A word.
As you tear open the parchment, again, the words seem to burn over the top. It's as though your will is strong, your body is slow. Maybe this will help you catch up. And
Not an insult.
when you begin to tear open this armor, you see that you are gifted with individual pieces that mount up to be a single set of mithril full plate.
Okay.
Okay, Jerrod sausage is just poked out a little bit.
I'm gonna. If I
Put that
know
salami
something-
away.
Yeah, you can put that away. This is mine.
You said it was studded leather?
Yes.
Read. Okay, can you read that off to me again real quick? It's mithril what?
Mithril full plate.
Thank you.
So half weight.
Yeah.
It's considered medium armor.
Thank
Da.
Is there any bonus?
Right now, you'll need to treat it as a +1 piece of armor, at least until you can begin identifying any more additional effects. Just
Muchas gracias, senor.
alter your AC by +1.
Okay.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
Horam. Your letter again emblazed a burning sigil. It says, "A man of the light must defend against the darkness. He must be a barrier that no shadow can surpass. This will make you said barrier."
I like the sound of that one. sounds a lot better than the darkness will seep into your soul or something like that. So, I mean, even better.
As you begin to tear the cloth over the top of this, the burlap reveals a battered yet lovingly polished breastplate, marked by 3 chipped glass circles set over the heart, each a very different color.
Gay.
I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna look at it a bit closer. Not quite done it yet. I want Klaus to look at it first.
Klaus, he seems to step to you for any kind of identification purposes.
Yeah, it's a spellcraft check, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to identify the magical properties of this thing.
Show me what you got.
Is hoping.
25 is not bad. That's actually the DC for this particular piece of equipment. When you begin to field the object itself and try to understand the magic, it kind of like snaps to your mind. This is blessed armor, but it's called Field Medic's Breastplate. 3 times per day, the wearer of this +1 breastplate may tap on one of 3 chipped glass circles to activate it, enveloping them in shimmering aura that protects them from harm. They gain DR10.
Oh,
The effect ends as soon as the wearer makes an offensive action or casts an offensive spell, or after 1 minute.
Jesus Christ.
that's
DR10?
useful.
Yes.
I will share this information with Horam. You got yourself a good set of armor there, friend.
You say set. It's a chess piece. It's an immaculate chess piece.
It's a breastplate, yes.
Yeah.
You could effectively wear that and nothing else and still be fine.
All right, since it was identified, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the Discord for you guys. This is what it's called. There's the Field Medic's Breastplate.
The only issue about not wearing anything else is I'd lose being a paladin within a couple minutes.
See,
I'm gonna.
you would think
Not wrong there.
you would think that, Nick, but at the same time, it boils down to him taking defensive actions. Defensive actions. The moment that he takes any offensive action or casts an offensive spell, this falls off immediately.
Klaus, you have the ability to see arcane properties.
Could you look at this? And I'm gonna point at my armor. Like, yeah.
Sakata's like got the helmet half on and like the ankle girth over his wrist because, well, he's strong.
Excitement.
He's just not very bright. He's, in fact, we'll say that the helmet is actually not the helmet. It's just the girdle that's upside down on his head.
So the leg pieces are just kind of flapping off like rabbit ears on them?
Yeah, there is kind of like, what is this special armor?
Guys, what's this do?
I'll get to everyone's
It smells like ass.
magical items
Okay.
before we leave. I'll take care of it all. Don't worry.
Oh
Sure.
boy!
Sure. Okay. All right. So next on that list we have Jerrod and Klaus. 1, 2, 3,
I'm
shoot.
still waiting to see if it's going to blow anybody's dick off, so Klaus, you go right ahead.
All right, I'll take my
Yes, show
lettering
us
package.
Klaus, you actually have the smaller package that is centered here.
Well, I am 15.
Well, Klaus, your letter
I'll grow
burns.
into it, okay?
It burns through sigils.
He's a grower, not a shower.
In arcanic speech, it says, "The hound naturally hunts the fox, and the fox can do nothing but run. But what if the fox is armored?"
That's an interesting way to put things. I'll keep that in mind, and I'll open the package.
When you open the package, well, it seems to be much smaller. It looks as if it's like some kind of small case, not much larger than, think like an ostrich egg. It's very, very small, but it seems to open up halfway through the center. When you tear it open, there seems to be a small ring. It's oblated in size. It seems to be made of some kind of very dark ore. It doesn't look to be a metal that you're familiar with.
Yeah, I'm gonna identify this because I don't know what it is,
Go for
but it looks interesting. 32.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'll do, Pig. This is a ring of force shield. The ring generates a shield-sized wall of force that stays with the ring and can be wielded by the wearer as if they were a heavy shield. It's +2 AC. You suffer no AC penalty or arcane spell failure chance. It is weightless and encumbrance-free. It can be activated and deactivated as a free action.
That's badass.
And it's a shield bonus, so it doesn't affect your ring of protection.
Yes.
Yeet.
Yes, very good. There it is, in case you're looking for it. Ring of Force Shield.
Thank you.
And Jared's going to
please
kind
go
of
there,
look
please.
at his box with a little trepidation because
Thank you.
as the ring showed him, he doesn't get good things too often. He's waiting for the other shoe to drop, so he's just kind of, well, girl, there's really only one way to find out. And he's going to let Sheila pop it open by, just kind of jabbing the tip into the side and levering it off. Waiting
Perfect.
to see what pops out.
All right, let's see what this says.
Hey, she's more eager to see what's inside than I am.
Burning over the letter itself, it says, "Most people don't understand the beauty of chaos. It can either break a man or turn him into tempered steel. What separates the strong from the dead is fear. Fear the chaos no more, for you have the blessing of the Sea Mother."
He transforms instantly and kills us all.
That would be
Love
rough.
That would really suck for everybody since they haven't had a chance to attune.
I did. I slept overnight.
No, I mean nobody has had a chance to attune to their new gear, so a
Oh,
lot of
that's
the
fine.
benefits you wouldn't get. But yeah, he'll go ahead and fold over the letter, tuck it away because he doesn't necessarily want everybody knowing
Okay.
He has been touched by a sea monkey.
Sure.
And go ahead and pop open his box.
Sure. As you begin to remove...
Please say it's not a bunch of Croatoa heads.
I'm praying it is.
When you remove the cloth from the top of this is another piece of armor. It is full plate, decorated with waves and fish motif. It seems to often have what looks to be tiny fins and scales worked into its initial design.
Holy shit. This
He's
is
the-
beautiful. Oh my god. Just look,
Oh,
you
no.
gotta lift out the breast.
Be careful before you put it on, Jerrod.
Yeah, I know, but look at this detail. It. Oh,
Someone just became the Jason Momoa Aquaman right now. Is that what happened?
All
oh my
right.
god, it's so fabulous.
So,
Klaus, quick, look at. Tell me what your magic eye see, and just grab him under the jaw and like push his face into it.
it's like Christmas morning.
Closer look.
CMD versus CMB.
You know,
Gonna challenge me on this one?
this doesn't work. Like the closer I see it, it's not about my side. It's about what I know, and you know what? I'll just check it for you. Whatever.
Less talky, more looky.
Wow, again.
32 again.
Again. Okay. Perfect.
Because he a baller.
This is known as plate armor of the deep. It is +1 full plate, decorated with wave and fish motif, often having tiny fins and scales worked into its design. Although the armor remains as heavy and bulky as normal full plate, the wearer of plate armor of the deep is treated as unarmored for the purposes of swim checks. It also alters shape for its user.
Fuck! Holy shit! So you can go wereshark with it on,
Yeah, it'll transform.
dude. Oh my gosh! Fucking terror of the deep.
As
man.
a secondary property, the wearer can breathe underwater.
Neat.
So yeah, that would have been real helpful about 7 sessions ago.
Next trip to the Plane of Fire, City of Brass.
Son of a bitch! Damn. Okay, so it's. Let me see here. So it is +1.
I'm going to grab you the information. I'm not going to get you the link because we removed one of the properties from it. Yeah, it was someone's handy doing. We removed one of the properties to make an alter to it. But there you go.
Do I want to know what property was removed?
It's nothing that would help you.
Yeah, just the plus 46 HP that comes with it.
Yeah, that's actually not the case.
No!
Yeah, that's actually wrong.
So,
So now I have a ring of sustenance and an extra set of +2 masterwork plate armor that I need to go ahead and figure out what to do with. Yeah,
I'm gonna try to yank Klaus and say, okay, now can you tell me what it is? Now with more pieces correctly aligned, but still wrong, I assume.
Yeah, he's wearing the cod piece over his face.
But like,
He's got the
I have like
pauldrons.
I have the chest piece on, but I'm wearing a leg on the arm.
I think at this point, he's probably just got his arms up in the leg pieces themselves, and he's just kind of like waving.
What does it say?
He's all, now I'll forever stand my ground.
I will be caught in every battle. I will be fine.
So, Klaus, what do you have for me?
All right, I'm looking at Balthar's now, right?
You're looking at Balthar's or Sakata's.
You can look at whoever's you want. I let you go.
Yeah, it's gonna be for Sakata. He was the one who asked first.
Yeah, I'll go with Sakata's then.
With my leg arms around in the air.
29.
Very good, very good. This is known as Mithril Full Plate of Speed. As a free action, the wearer of this fine set of +1 Mithril Full Plate can activate it, enabling him to act as though he was affected by a haste spell for up to 10 rounds a day.
What the fuck?
My
Wait, up to
God.
10 rounds a day of what?
Haste.
By haste?
Of
Is that
all-
is it toggle on and I get 10 rounds, or is it I toggle it on once and it's just 10 rounds?
Yeah,
you
it's
can
just,
no, you toggle it and you can use it up to 10 rounds per
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, okay.
They never have to be subsequent. So yeah, you've got 10 rounds where you've got the haste ability.
A literal
That's-
bullet flying at you.
So
Oh,
if you
man.
were unsure about the haste effect, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in
Yeah,
so
if
you
could.
can take a look
Yeah.
at it, and everyone can glance over it. We
Yeah, I wanna say
basically
it's-
carefully sat down, and obviously this person did more research than myself, but they determined that this was the best pieces of equipment for each of you, something that would grant each of you the implicit bonuses that you needed to survive in high-octane situations. And last but not least is Balthar.
Wait, did Horam get his?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I already checked his.
Mine was first.
Yeah, his is the one that for 3 times a day.
That's
he can
right.
get
That's right.
DR10.
This is the one where I'm expecting him to bomb the roll.
I'm hoping.
Can I get 2?
Nah,
No,
Nice.
in
34.
fact, it's even better. This is known
the
as
best one yet.
the Stalker's Armor. This +2 studded leather armor comes in a number of varieties, each corresponding to the specific type of terrain. In this case, it is for your favored terrain. The armor takes on the visual characteristics related to the type of terrain, i.e. cold stalking armor might be gray and white with white fur trim, jungle stalking armor could be lush green with vine patterns, and so on and so forth. It makes the wearer blend in more naturally with their surroundings. They're granted the bonus of +5 competence on stealth and perception in those specific terrains.
So that's +7 total when I'm in the city, and it's +9 when I'm outside in the forest.
God damn.
So I'll go ahead and drop that in here for you.
Dang. I'm gonna back up against the wall. I'm gonna do a stealth check. Can you guys see me?
Go ahead.
See-
You can
see
try.
who?
You know how large of a negative it is to try to hide in front of your allies immediately in front of them.
So it's
If he
He rolls
somehow
a negative
if he
12.
somehow hides before you guys, I'm gonna lose my shit.
and it was +4 added
5
to it.
+5.
+5.
Do you want us to roll perception?
Oh my god!
God.
I just want to point out, all of a sudden, everybody's seeing. Yeah, all of a sudden, Jerrod just sees like this old Asian lady standing in front of him.
No, even worse. It's like you look over and all of a sudden there's like a beam that wasn't there right in
All
front of the door.
Given the circumstances in this situation, well, I was not anticipating it. There is
he
suddenly-
pulls the Batman disappearing.
there is
He just
suddenly-
fades out of sight.
a vast amount of water damage to the wall. It seems to be almost remotely blown out. But what's odd is if you kind of lean your face up against the wall, you see that it seems to almost palpitate with breathing. Like the wall is alive.
He's a chameleon.
Guys, did the wall just eat out? What?
Don't worry, Balthar. Swing. I'll get you out of there.
How well is it working, guys?
What is working? You just what?
See, this
Where
like the
are
funny
you?
thing about this is, oh my god, I can't say that. In from my experience, I have a black friend named
In your
Devin,
cam.
and he I went out to his house one evening, and it was late. Like, we're talking like pitch black outside, and we were out on his back porch, and I went out to take a leak because, you know, I was 19. It was fun to pee outside, so I went out in his backyard and I peed against a pole barn. And on my way back, I wasn't aware of the fact that he took off like all of his clothes except for his black boxers. And on my way back, my friends start laughing, and when I look back at him, or when I look back, all I see is a pair of eyes and teeth running at me. And this is that situation. You just see a pair of eyes and teeth, just like, how does it look, guys? And just like the wall is talking to you.
Was it like was it like Cheshire Cat? I'm like hello.
Hey guys, can you see me? And we just see his eyes. and that's
Guys, my room's haunted. I'm moving in.
I'll
I can't
back
have
up.
a wall that's whispering to me when
Burn
I'm
it
sleeping.
down in the name of
I'll,
Jim.
I'll lean up off the wall and the effect.
Okay.
That's pretty fucking
Okay.
awesome though.
All right.
That was so fucked up.
What
How the hell did you get kidnapped?
Okay, all of you go. Just get out of my room. I'm going to bed. I'm drunk. I haven't drank yet, and I'm drunk.
Goodness
Ate some
gracious.
bad cabbage or something. I don't know.
Ate some bad cabbage.
I see.
Or something.
Some alone time.
Since it's
with-
masterwork since it's technically considered masterwork, I also get the benefits of that as well, right? Since I also
It's
Masterwork
magical. It's always masterwork.
It's always masterwork. You're not going to get an
I
additional benefit. Exploding Dice, thank you so much for that host, brother. I appreciate that. Is that an Exploding Dice raid? It may or may not be. I'm not entirely sure, but thank you very much for that host, Exploding Dice and crew. If you're popping in, guys, this is episode 97 of Shackled City. We have 3 more weeks before episode 100. That's kind of nuts.
Mm-hmm.
We're hitting them big numbers. We're hitting them real big numbers even.
We're hitting into the triple digits.
Yeah.
And we're still not even halfway through. We suck.
You know, I will take a 1 and or 2 person raid. Yes, call sign Candy 100. Yes. Very, very happy to have everybody dropping in. Thank you guys so much for all the level of support. Welcome in, everyone. Well, hello there. I am the raid. Hello, Exploding Dice. Welcome in, brother. We just went through our Christmas in June. Yeah, Christmas in June. If you guys are curious to know whom that had come from, you can personally thank Tits McGits.
Of course, the tea.
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
Thanks, Tyrael.
Thanks, Tyrael.
Thanks.
Yeah. Or also, as you know, I think Tits actually changed his name to Boobs.
Boobs
Yeah.
McNoobs.
Boobs and boobs.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now he's TB.
Oh, and he's definitely not tuberculosis.
By the way, Bub, last name is this. It's in Skype.
Can you send it to Discord?
Yes, I can.
That would be great.
Watch, it's just going to be... Oh. I definitely read that wrong the first 2 times I read it.
Yeah, I did. I was like, Sakata cactus. What the hell?
Cactus. Wait.
I'll say this.
Okay.
Boobs. Actually, Tits. Yeah, because that sounds a lot better than boobs for some odd reason.
What's up?
Yeah, Tits, man. Thank you. This is above and beyond, man. Above and beyond. I'm impressed all the way around. Though, man, you had to give Sakata freaking. Oh,
I'm reading haste, and this is disgusting. I
Dude,
like it.
haste gives you a bump to AC, gives you an extra attack.
And a +1 on attack rolls.
Exactly.
By the way, the field medic armor, I also get a +1 hit die to every heal I do during that time, and it doesn't let go of the 10 damage resistance. Hence
Because
the
you're not
field
doing
medic.
a
yeah.
violent act. Basically,
if it's
while you're
anything
doing
passive.
it, you do not do anything violent.
Too
You
bad
don't
it's
go
not like
ahead and attack him.
acrobatics. Just double front flip over him, call him a name, and then take a full defensive. But no, it's just run around him and take a full defensive.
Well, do note it's only
Problem in
plus
the
10.
chest to go,
It's
"You're
only
a
plus
nerd!"
10 DR. That means every time you get hit, you knock 10 points of damage off.
That's
Yeah,
still.
no, I know.
It's not plus 10 AC.
No, I know. I would have to smite it to get the +10 AC.
Yeah, I'm not exactly excited about the idea of you fighting anything evil.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Oh,
great time to me.
God, imagine how Horam is going. Horam, you're going to be key against these dragons, man.
Yeah, but everything else is like...
You're going to
Oh, you're
one-shot
attacking
this
your robot?
bitch.
Okay, I can't help you. I'll just poke it a couple times.
He's like, Dracolich, you mean smite bait? He just smites it and does like 80 damage in one
Yeah,
hit.
any other situation, he's going to be like, Jerrod, Sakata, you got this. Shields up.
I'm going to take a nap. I'll talk to you guys in a minute.
Hey, Mont,
You
what's going on,
guys-
buddy?
I'll just hold this up in front of my face. I'll catch you guys after the fight.
Yeah, and
Oh, it's a hole? Okay, I'm just going to... Let's see how far it's going to take me down. Let's
And
see how deep
Klaus,
this hole
man.
is with my face.
Man,
God, everybody got such cool shit. I'm
Yeah.
kind of jelly.
you're jealous. What you jealous about?
Well, no, just everybody got everything that was like really specific for them. I thought it was really cool stuff. Me, I swim good.
I mean, you're a shark, bro.
You breathe underwater.
Yours is
Dude,
the most
if you
personal
translate-
life.
if you
No, I'm not
transform
saying it's
for an
bad.
armored
I'm just saying.
warehouse-
There's
Yeah,
a difference
I'm-
between
what
swimming
really
well
gets
and
me-
breathing underwater. Trust me, I've tried.
Honestly,
I feel like-
love my armor, and I'm probably going to sink money into trying to get extra benefits on it later on. But no, honestly, the fact that it changes shape with me, loving it.
I think
You
this.
can
I think
build a
everyone else got such
sandcastle
personalized stuff,
underwater.
and I just got this giant armor shaped exactly for me with everything that I could use. It just doesn't feel like it's for me.
You
No,
can,
no,
you can
I'm
live
just saying,
underwater
I'm
now, by the
really-
way.
It's one of those things where I'm jealous of everything that everybody got. I love it.
It's like on Christmas Day when you.
But it's
get
one of those
things
things where you look at like haste.
But-
Oh man, that's such an awesome thing. A +5 to to sneak. Oh man, that's so bitchin'. A +10
No one else
DR.
sneaks.
Oh son of a bitch, that's wicked.
I'm damn grateful, but
A heavy shield with no spell influence. Just it's one of those things where you look at it all and you're like, oh my god, it's all so cool. Why can't I have everything? I want it all.
It's like Christmas where you get a gift you like, and you're not gonna say you like someone else's gift more, but you still wish you had
that's
their
so
gifts.
Good. That's so
You-
good.
I
I
love
know
mine.
what
I
you get.
love mine. I feel like it was definitely built specifically for me. The shape change is going to be awesome because now I can spend my gold on stuff other than replacement armor.
People are like, Boob says, now I really feel like Dad on Christmas. Maybe he thought you doing 60 plus damage per every turn and not missing was already enough, Sniper.
See,
You greedy bitch. Shut up, Jerrod.
You're the one kid who's just like, what I wanted.
he's
was
Veruca
ego.
Salt. Like, that's all it is.
You
He's
gave
just
me an
Veruca
iPhone
Salt.
5. I wanted an iPhone 6.
Hey. I'll put it this way. I view
this is
as the
this is
same
S8,
situation as
but I wanted
Connors.
the S8 Plus.
I love my Mustang. I absolutely adore my Mustang. But that doesn't mean that when I go down the road and see a Ferrari, I don't look at it and go, man, I want that.
Where are
You need
you
to
finding
punch them
Ferraris? Carolina.
Oh,
Dude, we've actually got one of the biggest import areas on the East Coast. I see all kinds of new cars.
He sees all.
Yeah, I don't, because Canada
Granted,
and
we're
stuff.
mostly classic cars, but we do get the occasional European import.
Yeah, the only issue about having one in Canada is that you can't drive them in the winter, which is like 8 of 12 months. So,
Wait.
so you can't.
Why
really
is
have a
it-
nice guy?
Bob, can I put in a quirk that makes it so Jerrod can't talk for one game except for battles?
I think
I've
that'd be
had a
good.
game where I was mute. That didn't go well.
No, he still talked pretty much.
Yeah, he was bad at it.
Yeah. He was pretty bad at it. I can agree to that. But that's okay. That's okay. It's
You
not the end
guys
of the
gotta
world.
throw me under
Dude,
the bus.
tits, bro. Thank you.
Montrevon, I think everyone is pretty happy. I mean, I could be wrong. There might be some people that are salty, but I'm pretty happy. TBH. We've been going now for like 3 hours. How much for a greater rust monster that specifically targets Sniper?
Well, it wouldn't be able to eat through magic, isn't it? Isn't it all non-enchanted?
Yeah, no, it's all non-enchanted, but he'll eat
He
the
ate
rest
his
of
Whoa,
his
whoa, whoa,
armor.
whoa, whoa, whoa! This is D&D. Are you trying to tell me that something doesn't exist? Because I can make it happen.
Something exists, just not rest monsters. It would have to be like thieves. Just have like invisible thieves come and just take his armor when he's sleeping. 'cause
Oh,
he
yeah.
can't sleep with clothes or
Oh
armor
yeah,
on.
incoming arcane enhanced rust monster.
Oh god.
God, what did I do to Rose? She's fucking hating on me today.
Oh, that's so good. That's funny.
I mean, did I forget to call you in the morning? Or
Well, that was your first
You-
mistake.
I think you've only angered her more by saying that.
I think the first mistake was
God,
going
you think your
to
name was Leslie by this point?
Well, maybe I mean I'm just gonna throw this out there, but maybe you should just learn how to talk to a woman.
Lady Bird's gonna kill you.
Hey, you can ask Call Sign that I know. I know how to talk to women.
Not well.
Ah, yes. Call sign. Does he know how to talk to women?
No.
From your experience.
Incoming no in 3, 2.
It takes about 12 seconds. You've got another like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Right now, she's heavily debating whether or not she wants to.
I'm just gonna see you're a fucking
I plead
liar.
the fifth. Yeah, no, that's about right.
Perfect.
I'll remember that shit.
Don't worry, he's gonna cut you off now of something. Maybe all of those.
Cut something off.
Maybe
Hey.
those
Wait.
all those free lunches or something like that. Montravon, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the fam. Everybody, welcome in, guys. I know that it's been a little slow recently. I've noticed, but that's okay. It looks like the entire category is kind of taking a hit recently. Not entirely sure why. Not entirely sure why. What do you think, Sniper? You had a...
Personally speaking, I think the fact that we're just getting back into the saddle after having the computer crash and everything, it's always slow that first night back because, people need to understand we still got the juice.
We have the who?
Yeah, I thought a lot of them died.
Oh,
Whoa!
No.
That right
Nope.
there,
Mm-mm.
that right there is a permanent sass.
I mean, I thought all sasses were permanent.
Some of them I like to be a bit more lenient on, but that was wrong on so many levels. One, I'm gonna need you to apologize to the viewers. Two, roll your D100, you fuck.
I rolled 100, and also I'm sorry. That was uncalled for.
Wait, I missed it.
Wait, you rolled a legit 100? No, you didn't roll a legit.
No,
100.
I did /roll 100, not roll D100.
yeah. He rolled an 81.
81. But yeah.
We've got varying. I would say that we have pretty varying numbers. It really depends on the night, but this is pretty. I would say it's pretty slow for us. Our average is right around like 85. Yeah, about 85, I think. What'd you get on that D100?
81.
81.
Rose, you don't want me playing as a woman. No. Ooh.
Well, that's not going to work because it's not written into your backstory. It doesn't make any sense. I need you to roll again.
Okay. 11.
11. Player's most recent magic item ceases to function.
That's
Okay. Got that today, and then Klaus is like, "Yeah, it's magical. Okay, put it on. It's not magical."
Oh my god! Oh. Oh,
So
so
should I
it's
just
just flipping the fuck out.
void its magical properties then, and just make it a fancy chest plate?
Oh, I didn't say that it voids the property. I just said you couldn't use it.
Oh, okay. So it's still just a +1 breastplate.
Can he
Just-
re-roll it? Oh, I don't know, guys. Let's see. Can we meet?
Does he have the reroll?
Wait, do we have the luck reroll?
Let's find out. Let's find out. I'll take a look. Can he re-roll it?
Do we got them 20 follows?
No, not follows. We're actually sitting at 12 retweets. We need 8 more retweets.
Oh boy.
The RNGesus giveth and taketh away. Oh man, the funny thing is, I know Boobs is so upset.
I mean, he apologized already, so I'm just saying.
Oh my
How
goodness.
much was it?
It was.
specific-
That was
It was
a
a lot.
fat. That dude for magical gear. That is a fat.
No, I know.
Of
I'm just
red.
wondering how fat.
Unmade Gaming, thank you so much for that host, brother. Look at that Unmade
Probably
raid.
on the realm of like 25k.
Probably about, not so speedruns, Video Store Cowboy. Guys, Owlbear, thank you so much for popping in. Welcome, Unmade and crew.
Boom!
Thank you guys so much.
The raid is real.
I appreciate your faces. Fly Bandito. Look at you
Oh,
guys.
man.
So, it looks like we're at 12 retweets right now. Guys, what do you think? Can we meet, if we can meet our Bane and Boon in the next 15 minutes, if we can get 750,000 to 750,000 rep, then I will give these cats their reroll. Let's go ahead and determine what the amount is at. Give one. We're at 718,728. Bane and Boon.
Or we could just get those 8 retweets.
Yeah, well, I think that this is a bit more viable.
Yeah, considering what just happened, yeah.
Come on, guys, we can do it.
Now watch him re-roll and get the same exact thing.
7
I would be so mad. Wait.
Boobs would flat out drop your ass. He'd be like,
Yeah.
Oh man!
Yeah, I
Oh
wouldn't
man!
go there.
That's rough.
You know, right now, Tits is like, this is why you can't have nice things.
Guys, that's 735,000. We need 15,000 more reputation. At 15,000 more reputation, when it breaks 750,000, not only does it unlock the Bane and the Boon for the month, but it will give the players their reroll. And right now, Horam needs it because he just got a Christmas gift.
Wait, are we allowed to donate?
Yeah.
I donated all of my rep.
I just got a Christmas
So-
gift, and then I
How
just
much?
got it
Wait, how
taken away
much?
from me.
How much is left?
It's
15,000.
Yeah, 15,000 to go.
Dude, Tits, you think I don't know?
All right.
I would guarantee that is
Alright,
exactly
it's over.
what you're saying.
I'll
752.
do it
Very
do
good.
it for any.
Appreciate it, man.
I didn't give as much as I didn't give as much as
Tits,
Will.
Don't act like that.
You
No.
owe him. Fucking
Any gets the worst. Any is the one that gets the sass chart, not me.
No, Jerrod. You Sniper, you're quickly on your way. You've said some offensive shit today. You know you've said some offensive shit today. I've seen it. I got you on camera. But right when I thought I was going to have to quirk you, Horam just slid in like, I'm going to take the whole cake.
You want a piece? Because I'm taking the whole thing.
Yeah, dude, you fucking blew through the wall like oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking came through. My goodness. All right, so let's see. Gonna use that
That's like-
reroll?
Yeah, I got a 9.
You got a 9. All right, let's see.
Out of
What is
100.
The last item you got breaks in half.
Oh, that would suck. I would quickly just take one of Jared's things. Take it. What?
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
Jared, can I borrow that real quick?
Number 9 is called
9.
Grudge Monster.
Oh, great.
Which?
So is any already used? He already used his reroll.
Yes,
Wait,
Yeah,
Grudge
let's go
Monster.
reroll.
Does this mean he gets his own ice giant?
he
I don't
does.
think it's an ice giant, but something.
He does. He does, in fact, get his own Grudge Monster. It might be an ice giant. It might be, I don't know, some kind of micro Tarrasque. I'm not entirely sure yet.
Oh,
But Horam needs a plausible monster here that can cause him great pain.
His son.
Another
basically.
good.
I already have one of those. Though.
I recommend a Rust Lord. Jesus.
Oh,
Um,
God, no.
we'll see.
Um,
We'll figure it out.
Whatever it is, it can't be evil.
It better not be something like.
and it can't be an outsider. It has to be like an entirely neutral, natural monster.
I mean,
What's that?
it could be an not an extra planar.
You just pissed off a flock of bears.
What is
Maybe-
it called when your weapons just pass through them? It's called something.
Spectral?
No, not
Spectral?
it's
Is it
in-
ghost?
Corporal?
yeah, incorporeal.
Yeah, it's gonna be an
Most
incorporeal.
ghosts are
Kenny.
Guys, just a reminder, magical items can hit corporeal.
Yep.
So, considering his weapon is magical, it wouldn't matter if it's corporeal or not.
Uh-oh.
We-
I'm
Uh-oh.
getting Rust Monster, Rust Lord.
Uh-oh.
A large aberration.
Oh, come on now. We don't want to go ahead and do... Come on. We can come up with something a little more interesting to Rust Lord, right? Please.
Like,
Well, guys-
like a spectral Kenny Rogers that just follows us around for the rest of ever.
It's about 11:20. I think that we've got probably 10 minutes before I had intended on capping tonight's session, but it appears